recall, it might seem kind of a long time ago, we were learning there's three kinds of compounds. There's what?
We said that there's ionic,
And then
covalent,
and metallic. And we've been focused on learning how to name ionic compounds, but now we'll learn how to name molecular compounds or covalent compounds, that same thing.
Yep.
So what is a covalent compound? Can you remind us of what that is?
So it's just a molecule, and by definition, a molecule is two or more nonmetals that are sharing electrons together.
Right, so it's the sharing electron ball game, and it has to be nonmetal to nonmetal. And when we name these, we can only we change the system.
Yeah.
I like to say that the old system, the ionic system, is the Roman system, and here we're going to use the Greek system. And in the Greek system, we have some prefixes that you're going to need to write down in your packet.
And one of the cool things about this, these prefixes, as you take a look at them here, these are all ones you've used in math. Mono, di, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nona, deca.
I think the hardest one is tetra for people, right? 4 is tetra, but if you've ever played the game Tetris, as you can see right here on the screen, there's always 4 little cubes in the game of Tetris. But mono, it makes sense, right? Di, tri. I do triathlons. There's 3 events in a triathlon. Hepta, a friend of mine, was the Olympic heptathlon coach. 7 events, hepta.
Octopus. I just wanted to contribute.
Yeah.
Eight-legged. Yeah.
All right, so let's just do some examples, and then we're going to go both directions.
So why don't we start off with going from the formula to the name?
Go for it.
And we're going to use one of the ones that's the most common. We're going to write CO2. And what's tricky about this is that the first element right here, if it's just one of it, we just say the name.
Yeah.
You don't have to put mono in front of it. But if you have 2 or 3 or 4, you have to use the prefixes.
So the first one, we're going to just say carbon. And you've seen this before. We produced it in the lab. Carbon dioxide.
And here we have to say di.
Because there's
There's
O's.
2 of them, and we write dioxide. Now again, this is different than the old naming system. So when we have CO2, these are 2 nonmetals. Don't be like going in here and trying to write Roman numerals.
Carbon 4 oxide or something.
That's
no.
crazy.
It's non-metal to non-metal. Let's just do another one.
Let's do one that has.
Okay, good one. So notice N and O are both non-metals.
Yep.
So we now, because there's 2 nitrogens, we say dinitrogen. Note that the first one keeps the regular element name, nitrogen, carbon, but the last name gets the "ide." And this would be pentoxide. By the way, it's not pentaoxide. You don't have 2 vowels together. So you try not to keep 2 vowels. So let's try going the other way.
So if you see something like this, and you're going to notice it's exactly the opposite of what we just did.
Carbon monoxide, since there's no numbers, not ditri, it's just 1 carbon. Monoxide, right? Monoxide, that means there's 1 O. It's CO. Dangerous chemical, by the way.
Yeah, not so
Don't
fun.
breathe that, that'll kill you.
Yeah, a little bit. Incidentally, this is really important because remember, these are capitalized. So in case you get into your little fix of going like, hey, I'm going to lowercase something, this is cobalt, this is carbon monoxide. Just be aware of that.
As a note, I'm going to be picky. I would say put the C and the O. You have a little space there. It looks like you're spacing them out.
Oh, okay. These are together.
All right.
He's right. He's right.
Let's do one more example.
Okay. Let's go with silicon tetroxide.
Okay. So silicon is a non-metal, so non-metal, so it's just Si. And tetra, right? Tet is 4, so it's O4. SiO4. That's it.
We could quibble, but silicon we tend to think of as a metalloid, is kind of between. But if you take a look at the line here on the periodic table, it's on the right-hand side of it.
Folks, that's how you name molecular compounds. This is like crazy easy.
It really is. Just remember your prefixes and you're going to be okay.